There's always a blank stare every time I hit the go live button. Hello, everybody. What's it like being a showgirl abroad? Tonight, Jessabelle Thunder is going to bear it all. But first, I'm Keyoka, the awkward black nomad. I'm a writer, I'm a dog mom, and on this channel, I talk about my experiences traveling the world with my two doggies. I also invite other black travelers to come down to the channel and tell all their little bit of business, okay, about living abroad, traveling abroad, and sharing their stories. If that sounds like content you're interested in, go ahead and click that subscribe button, okay? Click the notification button so you know when we go live, and also like the video, okay? Now, black folk, we speak when we come into the room, so as you filter in, drop down in the comment section, tell me hi. If you have a question for my guest this evening, please put a Q in front of your question, and I'm going to bring her up.
Hi.
Hello!
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Happy to be here this
I'm happy you're
evening.
here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes. And
Yeah.
hi, Zikomo.
Hi, someone in the chat.
What's up? What's up? So, Jezebel, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, where are you from? How did you get into, is it correct to say burlesque?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I'll try to shorten everything as much as possible. But I'm Jessabelle Thunder from Los Angeles, California, born and raised. Never lived anywhere else in my life, actually. Just Los.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, just LA. But I started doing burlesque in LA in 2009, and it was because I got thrown into a class. Like I liked going to shows and seeing things, but I never thought I could ever do it for multiple reasons. And then a boyfriend I had at the time was like, "I'm going to sign you up for a class as a surprise." He didn't tell me, so obviously a surprise. So he threw me in the class, and I was like terrified and didn't want to do it. And then I started to like feel more comfortable the longer I was in the class with the rest of the like potential performers, because we were not, no one in the class was a performer yet. We were all newbies. So in, yeah, 16 years later, here I am.
16 years. Wow.
Don't age me. Don't do the math.
No, that's, I mean, you must be like such an amazing dancer. Okay.
I
Or
like
performer.
a performer and a mover. I don't know if I'm not a trained dancer, but I love to move. Let's say that. Yeah, I like to move and I love music. So there you go.
We love that for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is a travel channel, the Awkward Black Nomad. So we talk a lot to women about solo traveling, specifically women. How did you get started traveling?
Gosh, I feel like, I mean, as a kid, I would travel with family, or actually, take that back. I would travel with family sometimes, and most of the time, I was traveling to the Midwest by myself to visit my grandparents. Like, my parents would put me on a plane as a small child, and then I would go off for the whole summer. But that was my first experience of travel. But as far as like in burlesque in the world, I feel like festivals, like there's burlesque festivals that happen all over the world, nationally in the United States and Canada and Europe, everywhere. Everywhere has a burlesque festival where we all come together and perform. And sometimes they have awards, sometimes they don't. But anyway, my first one was in Colorado, and I paid for the flight there with the boyfriend at the time that I was with because he was from Colorado. And it was just like a cool experience to get to be at the festival with other people and also get to see Colorado, like see Denver, because I'd never been before. So it was like two in one. Like I got to perform and then I got to also sightsee, which is the two things I love to do.
I love that you keep saying I've never been anywhere. But most people from I feel like most people from California, it's always California and New York. Whenever I'm abroad, they're California, New York, Atlanta, sometimes Texas. Like there's just certain hubs where people leave the country. I don't know why.
Yeah. I had
I don't
never
know
left,
why.
I'd never left the country until I got into burlesque. I went to
Wow.
London for the first time, which is like my future home. One day, one day, hopefully. Keep manifesting.
I have thoughts.
Oh, okay. I'd love to hear those thoughts. But I was always obsessed with like UK culture.
Yeah.
And then in like 2014, I was like, you know what? I'm going to see how much tickets are. And I'm going to see if anyone wants to go with me. just because I was like, I've been to San Francisco, I've been to Las Vegas, I've been to Colorado, like different states. So I was like, let me try to fly overseas for once in my life. And I've been going ever since.
And did you go? So that first time when you were like, let me see how much tickets cost, were you by yourself or did you travel with a group?
I traveled with two other burlesque performers at the time, and it was an experience.
What is it? Elaborate. Let's let's go deeper.
Sometimes you know people you can travel with, and sometimes you find out people you cannot travel with. Traveling with people tells you a lot about each other and
That
the
is
way
so
their personalities. And we had never gone on a trip together ever. We were just close friends in the burlesque scene in Los Angeles. And so we went overseas together and we had moments where we had fun, but I definitely realized I'm a different traveler than most people. Like I like to get off the plane and I'm going. I don't care. I'm like lack of sleep, I will go.
Oh,
Other
you're one
people,
of those people.
I'm one of those people. Other people are like, I gotta rest. I need to do this. I gotta go. Like, and I'm like, no, let's just go. I gotta go. Like, I can't. I get antsy. Like, I have to go see things. I can't just sit around. It makes me feel like I don't know. It's
I
hard.
feel like it depends because it's like, okay, for instance, a
Mm-hmm.
London, right? I don't know the distance between LA and London, but like Texas and London, it's only like 6, 7 hours, I think.
Okay,
So it's
we're like
like you
nine.
could you're 9, 10, okay.
Mhm.
But like you could get on the plane in the morning, get off in London in like that evening, and still have like a whole night to do something or a whole afternoon to really get into something, depending on how early the flight is.
Yeah. No, I've had moments. My friends will attest to this. My friends in London will attest to this. I've had several times where I've gotten off the plane, gone to a friend's house, and got ready for a show that night.
Oh my God. Well, we're not there. we're not we're not doing that.
It's my way of like I don't get jet lag going there because I just stay awake. Like I'll stay awake even if it's like morning. If I get there in the morning, I'll stay awake the whole day, like no naps, and it resets my body. Yeah.
Well, they say that's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah.
haven't mastered it. I
I
don't
mean, I will be at the end of the night, like half asleep on a bench, just like with one eye open, but I'm still awake.
I think I think that's crazy. But so where is your favorite location?
London.
Really? Okay.
It
Well, let's
really is because it's like home. It's home. It feels like home at this point. I've been going there for like 10 plus years. And my friend who I stay with, I actually have like clothing and shoes. I leave stuff there. So when I go back, it's just like home. It feels like home. And it's her, her and her family's home. So I stay there. So I love it too because it's so, for me, it feels so central because I can get to anywhere else easily, overseas as well, in that side. But America is different. But I can get to like, I could take a train to Germany, I could take a train to Paris, and I could just take trains. I love it. I love train travel too. Just
I
easy.
I also love London. I always call it my toxic ex because it's like it's like that ex who you're like you keep going back to even
Why is it?
though because it's like too much for me. Like it's toxic for me. I don't need to be
Mhm.
there long periods of time. But it's like I keep going back. Like I love it. I get all like this endorphin blast every time I go to London. I've been like
Yeah.
3 or 4 times now. It's too
Hmm.
much.
Too
It's
much like
it just
like
I
overwhelming, like a lot.
yes, my one of my friends who's also a traveler, she was like, "You need to like maybe take 2 years off from London."
Oh, I could never. I could never.
It was like maybe spend some time without it.
I mean, I don't know what. I've been to Texas a few times in different parts, but like LA is busy in general. So going to London is just like being
Maybe,
in.
but maybe that's what it is. Like
Mhm.
because like I mean I'm from Louisiana, but Texas is where I live now, and it's like a small town kind of. Like Dallas is pretty big, but it's still pretty. It's definitely not like a bigger busy city,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah. Like London is huge but condensed, like packed.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's always something to do. You can always get around the city. I love taking the tube. I think that's because I didn't grow up like with the train system. So
yeah, same. I get on the. I'm there. I take the bus. I don't
yeah.
even. I rarely get on the tube anymore because I'm just like I'm on a bus, and I'm like my happy place is on the
Do you
bus.
still sit at the top? Do you still
I
do
do.
it?
Yeah.
It's kind of scary though, because the bus drivers will like they swing that bus around. It feels like you're gonna hit a tree or a pedestrian.
Yes, they are crazy. Yes, they are.
Yeah, I love that for you. Okay, so back to just being a traveling showgirl. What are some of the things that people assume when you tell them what you do?
In terms of performances or in terms of life, I don't know.
I didn't know that there were.
What do
Go
people?
ahead.
What do people assume I do? I mean, they pretty much assume it's like, as most people will assume it, burlesque is like a strip club. Like no
Mhm.
shade strip clubs. I love a strip club. Though they're everyone's great, and it is pretty a mesh. Like one, a lot of the legends in burlesque also were like strip club strippers, and they did burlesque performances there. So I don't mind. I love being compared to that. Like fine, but most people assume that's what it is, so they're just like, I don't want to go. I don't feel like going. But they don't. I don't think they realize there's like story in it, storytelling, like theater. It's like strip club and theater together,
Mhm.
basically. That's the way I think I would tell most people. Yeah, and I think they just, I don't know. I think they probably just assume I'm a theater kid who just only stays in one spot. Like I don't think people realize how wide burlesque is. Like it's everywhere in the world you can find burlesque. Literally. I went to Iceland and did a show. Like it's everywhere. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
just Googled Iceland and burlesque and I was like, oh, I'm gonna reach out. Boop, 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 boop.
really, so that's how you find shows?
That's how I find shows if I don't know people who've already been or are there living. Like, yeah.
Oh, I
Or
love.
sometimes people reach out to me too and they go, can you come here? So I'm like, yeah, I'll come there, and they'll pay for like accommodations and flights, and that's how I've gotten to see a lot of the world. But when I go to London, I pay for my plane ticket, and then from there people are more willing and open to pay for my travel because I'm closer to that
Mm.
side of the world, so it's just like easy and cheap for them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's nice that right now US citizens get 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. When you
It
go to
is,
the UK.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
nice. I have not been there that long, but my
Mhm.
goal this year is to get a visa for 6 months and officially move.
I
I'm
think you
like,
should. I'm just in
yeah,
here banning people in black accounts. No big deal, guys. Carry on.
I see that as you
Yeah.
should. It's like, what is happening? Okay.
Oh, but I wanted to say something. So I think
Mhm.
anybody watching this, like, if you have an interest, I think that's a really cool way to see if A, there are opportunities for people to like fund your trip abroad, or like B, just like get into traveling more. So like if you're really into this is so right. We keep talking about London. I feel like we're gonna derail the conversation. But like, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. So
Yeah.
like, there's the Harry Potter Studios in it's not technically North London, but like it's in the UK. So it's
Mhm.
like when I was looking up things to do in London, I was like Harry Potter, of course, and I found something to do. So if you're planning your trip, it's like choose a country that you've been kind of eyeballing and see if they have some of the things that you enjoy doing
Yeah,
there, because you never know.
it's true. And it
I went
gives
to
you,
a country concert in Denmark.
oh, that sounds
Yeah.
cool.
And they had cowboy boots and cowboy hats and they knew all the words to the Luke Combs music. It was
Oh, I love
yeah.
that. I went to a couple country bars in London, a couple nights, a couple country nights. It's cool. I love that. Like people have this love of country music on the opposite side of the world. It's so
Yeah.
cool. So random.
Everything's random. But I mean we're in that space now, right? Where it's like
Mhm.
everybody's online, everybody's like so
Yeah.
we're online now.
Actually, now that you say that, that's funny because there is a Western boot shop that I love in Copenhagen. I've been to it twice and tried on boots, but never bought them because I was like, I can't take these back. My suitcase is already heavy. But now that you say that, I'm like, oh right, that was in Denmark that they had this.
I wish I had
country
known
western
that.
shop.
I wish I had known that there was a.
Yeah, I just happened upon it the first time walking back to like where I was staying, and I was like, what is this doing here?
So list for me all of the countries that Burlesque has taken you to.
Okay. The UK, Japan, Australia, Denmark, Norway, Poland, Belgium. I've been to France, but I have not performed there yet. Italy, quite a bit, I think. Belgium, also a lot. I said Belgium earlier, but Belgium, I've been there like 3-4 times at this point. I love it.
You love Belgium.
I do. Well, I've been to Ghent. I have a friend that performs and lives in Ghent, and they have a huge 10-day festival every summer in July. I highly recommend anyone who likes to travel to go check it out. It's a wild time. It's wild. It's unexpected. I'd never heard of Ghent before in my life until she was like, "You want to do this show during our festival?" And I was like, "Sure." Small little festival in a small city, but it takes over the entire city of Ghent, and it's like music, art, food, and it's a wild time. Like I want to go back to Ghent when it's not the festival to see how quiet it is.
What's the festival called?
The Ghent Festival in England.
Okay, everybody, if you're looking, Google Ghent Festival.
But I think they call it Ghent. They call it Hensefeesten. That's what they call it. But Ghent
sounds legit. I'm
trying to think where else I've been to. I think that might be it. That off the top of my brain, there's definitely been like 11 or 12. I can't recall everything. Yeah. Oh, Canada. I guess can't count Canada. I forget.
Sure.
It feels like the US, but I know it's not. They would probably hate me for saying that, but it's so close. It just feels.
I recently went to Canada for the first time last year. I was kind of unimpressed, maybe because I went to Toronto. I don't know.
Yes.
But I was like, we could be in Dallas right now. And
no shade to people.
No shade. It just wasn't like foreign enough for me.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. I enjoy it now that I've been back a few times. So the first time I ever went was for a burlesque festival. And I'd never been, that was my first international experience before London happened. It was Canada. And it was Toronto. So I had this whole idea of what it would look like in my head. And I got there and I was like, this looks like what I think Boston looks like, but I've not been to Boston before. Just looked regular.
It feels like Boston. Just random USA city.
It does. And now that I know, now I'm familiar with it, it's cool. Like it's all right. But I definitely, the first time I went, had this whole magical fantasy world made up in my head of what it was going to look like. But yeah, since then I've been to like Vancouver, Calgary, Ottawa, some other places in Canada, Edmonton. So I've seen lots of Canada, and it all looks, it's very much, it's so weird. It's very much like if you take Texas and move it up, that's Calgary. Like that's what that section of Canada is like. If you take New York and Boston, Toronto, exactly what it looks like. Wow. It's just so like it aligns oddly enough with the US like section somehow. It's real weird.
For any Canadian watching this, I should not be held responsible for the opinions of my guest. Jessabelle Thunder, her contact information is going to be down in the description of this video. So if you got beef,
no beef,
hit her up on IG.
I love Canada. I do love Canada, but in terms of how it looks, like in Calgary, they have this huge country western festival, Stampede. Yeah, Stampede. It's wild. Yeah. It's huge. It's massive. People go to it every year. And I'm like, what? Because it's in the Midwest in Canada. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay. Well, I'll add it to my list.
Yes.
God knows I love a cowboy.
Yeah. Same.
So going back to you performing and actually getting paid to perform, could you talk a little bit about how that works? So you mentioned you would buy a flight to London and you would actually pay for your flight, but then get bookings in other countries. So are you actually reaching out to other people, or are they reaching out to you? How's that work?
It goes both ways. It really does. Like, I mean, in the beginning of my career, people didn't know my name or didn't know who I was or what kind of acts I did. So people, I would have to reach out to people to send them videos, send them, I guess, like almost like a resume, like of what I've done in the U.S., and then be like, hey, can I come do the show? Or find someone I knew that was connected to that show that I've met before to recommend me for something. It's like goes that way, or like the more I've been in it for 16 years, like most people I think know my name fairly kind of. So then they'll also a little bit. So they'll also reach out. They'll reach out to me and say, "Hey, we'd love it if you could come here." Like I have a couple international festivals planned for this year, towards the end of this year already. So like, yeah, sometimes it's like social media is also a big help in people finding out who I am and then recommendations. So it goes both ways. But yeah, even to this day, I still will reach out. Like when I went to Poland and Iceland, I don't know people from there personally, but I knew people that had done those shows. So I said, hey, I'd love to come to your country. Like, do you have anything, like any shows that are going on? And they're like, yeah, we can book you and put you up in a house like with someone else. And I'm like, cool, let's do it. So
That's nice.
yeah, so sometimes I'm staying at like someone's house who's a performer. Sometimes it's a hotel that they might pay for. Sometimes I find my own accommodation. It varies. It's yeah, but I love. If it wasn't for burlesque, I would not have seen the world. I really, honestly, don't think I would have like left this West Coast area.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I've been neglecting the chat, but hi everybody. Hi, Moroccan Canvas. I've been drinking, so that's probably why I can't talk right now. Hi, Smiley Xavier. This is my sister. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Missy. Hi, Deneen. Thanks for joining the chat. Hi, Alicia. See, I did it right. I always mess up her name, but I did it right.
I love it.
And
we have some questions in there too.
yeah, we have some questions. Hi, we don't retire, we ascend. Hi, Sabangale. She actually got a paid writing gig. Woo! Love that for you.
Congrats.
And Mosin has a question. What would you recommend for someone who wants to get into this and do it safely?
Get into burlesque and do it safely. I think I always tell people go to shows that are local, like in your area. Go to shows, connect with performers, follow them, try to learn from them, and like get into shows that way over time. I think to do it safely, just like anything else you do, just be mindful. be mindful and reflect before doing stuff. Like think about stuff before you do it. Research people. Sometimes, if someone comes to me and they're like, hey, we'd love to book you for this show, I will ask people, I will go to their page and see who's done the show that I know. And I'll reach out to them and say like, hey, what do you know about this show? Or how is it? What was your experience like? So it's a lot of like keeping open communication with people that are close to you, people who are honest and things like that. And yeah, just minding your P's and Q's.
This sounds so extroverted. So you have to, but it does sound like you're community building.
Yeah, for sure. It's a community of people. Yeah, for sure. Or collective. It's not like a family, but it's a collective of people. And,
network.
A network. There you go. Some people are really close. Like I have some really, best friends in the game. Shout out to like Tito Bonito. We travel a lot too. We've been traveling a lot together as like a duo almost. So I want more of that in the future. Yeah, but yeah, some people you're just like, oh, we're business acquaintances. We see each other on stage and backstage and we're chill and then we go our separate ways. We don't hang out after. It's like anything else. It's just levels, different variations of connections.
But how is it? So you mentioned once that you've gotten booked before and they provided you with accommodation staying with another performer. How is that? Like, have you ever had like any sort of sticky situations where it's like,
I'm like, I wish.
I don't really like her. She dirty.
No, knock on knock knock on wood, wherever that is.
Or just like, or even like, I don't feel safe here. You know what I mean?
There, there have been a couple times I haven't had anyone I've stayed with that's been like sketchy, like or a weird situation. Thankfully, that's why I'm like touch wood somewhere, like not anything crazy. But there have been moments where I'm like, what? Like when I go to a strange country, a country I've never been to, and people put me up in like a hostel because we all have these horror. I love horror movies, so of course I have this idea of what a hostel looks like in my head or what happens there, but it's not true.
And in Europe, the hostels are really nice.
So they'll put me up in a hostel or a hotel in a random neighborhood that looks sketch because I'm relating it to what it looks like in Los Angeles sometimes. And then I have to realize, oh, this is a different country. It's not the same. So I'll do like research around the area. I do sleep in hotels and whatever spaces I have with like chairs against doors or suitcases against. I gotta stay safe no matter where. Even if it's a nice place, I'm still like make sure the door is closed. I don't care how nice the hotel is. Like I lock it up.
Talk a little bit about that. Like, so what are some of your safety tips when you're traveling? Because it sounds like you are, even though you know people, you are kind of traveling alone.
Yeah. People are like, oh, you travel with people. And I'm like, no, I don't often I'm traveling by myself. And then because of this burlesque network, I become familiar with people. And that's how it grows over time. But yeah, for the most part, when I'm going out sightseeing, I'm by myself. When I'm going on trains, I'm a solo. Thank God for cell phones and SIM cards, eSIMs, like network data. Thank God for that. But yeah, when I'm traveling to be safe, I'm constantly like looking over my shoulder. I'm a very paranoid person internally, like for sure. But I travel solo because I value those experiences. So I push through my paranoia. I don't ignore it, but I try to just be like, you're fine. You're okay. You can go to this place by yourself. So like I said, in the hotel room, I check under the bed. I check the mirrors. I do the finger thing in the mirrors.
Wait, what's the finger thing?
When you put your fingertip against a mirror, and if the fingertips, like your reflection and you are touching like this, it's a two-way mirror. If there's a gap in between, then there's nothing behind it. You know that? Yeah, that's an old thing. Try it.
Okay, so I need to start doing that.
So when I go to the restroom in hotels, I always put my finger on the mirror just to check.
Okay.
But yeah, if I'm by myself in a hotel room, I lock it up. Like I do the bolt at the top. I lock whatever doorknob, and then I usually will put a chair or my big suitcase in front of the door. So I'm like, if someone comes in here at night, knock stuff over, I'm gonna hear it.
Do you travel with any interesting things to protect yourself, or
I do not.
just like buried? I don't know.
No, but that's a good idea. I don't. Yeah. I have to look into
You had any situations while you've been abroad in any country where you felt like this is not, I don't feel safe, I need to leave, or I need to?
Thankfully, not really. Not. No. If it's rare that I go out at night by myself. Like that's for sure. I go during the
How do
daytime.
you get to the?
Well, I travel, like, if it's Ubers or a train by myself to get there and back. But it's rare that if I'm not at a show that I'm like sat at a bar or eating by myself late at night. Do you know what I mean? It's like if I don't have anyone to go with me from the show to go somewhere, I'll just go back to where I'm staying and just chill. So that's like one thing. But during the day, things can happen too. But I just, keep my head on a swivel, make sure I'm aware of my surroundings. But I think that I bet if I thought longer about it, I could find some instance where I felt really unsafe. But I think going back to London, my happy place, I did get my phone stolen out of my backpack.
Oh, that's the first L. That's like the first travel L. I had my phone stolen in London out of my pocket. So that was on me, honestly.
I mean, mine was me too. I have my old backpack that I used to my backpack purse. I had a zip in the front, so I always put my phone because people don't steal phones like that around here. Yes. So I always put it in the front pocket, and it was like half a second it happened. I got from the bus stop. onto the bus with my friend, threw my backpack around, put my phone in there, zipped it, tossed it back, and in that moment, it was
Really?
gone.
It's
gone.
they have the lightest fingers. Like,
Yeah.
it's so quick.
It is so fast. And there was like, I look at that bus stop every time I'm there, and I'm just like, that's where it happened. That's never forget, in front of that McDonald's,
Never forget.
right there, Shaftesbury and Cambridge Circus, right there, that bus stop.
You have to be careful. I mean, but I'm belaboring the point about safety because I mean, I think that's probably one of my most top asked questions. People are always like, you're traveling abroad, you're a woman, you're young, are you safe out of the country? And oftentimes I feel a lot safer abroad than I do in the US.
Facts.
And even the times where I have felt like, you know, somebody told me I was going to get yanked up. Here we go. This is it. Like, this is the moment. I'm going to get stab. It never happens. I always end up being safe.
Yeah. It is like, I do feel safer in Europe traveling, walking around solo. I haven't been in sticky situations, thankfully. Knock on wood. I know it happens to people, unfortunately, but I just try to be, like I said, mindful. And if I do walk around with my headphones on quite a bit, but when I do, it's at a low volume. I'm not blasting something. I'm like making sure I'm aware of all my surroundings, which is impossible. But if you're at least trying, like, you're good. I get into taxis, Ubers. I'm always sketchy about everywhere around the world. Doesn't matter. But I'm not the person who will sit in an Uber quiet. Like I can't do it because like they'll ask me questions and I'm trying to build this rapport. Safety.
You're like, don't kidnap me.
Don't kidnap me. You like me. Don't kidnap me. We're friends.
Never heard of that tactic.
I'm also just like, I don't like awkward silences. I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not a super extrovert. I'm pretty like introverted. Like I like to do stuff like just in my room by myself. But I also know that like people, yeah. So anyway, all that to say, people have told me in the past, they're like, oh, you must be an extrovert. And I'm like, no, I'm an introvert that likes to do things and other people are there.
What sign are you? What sign are you?
Capricorn.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. December 23rd. Yeah, but yes.
You're an early Capricorn. I wonder what your big 3 is. Now I want to do a...
Someone told it's definitely, hold on. Someone told me. I'm like, I should have looked this up. It's on my phone somewhere. But it's like a double Capricorn for sure. And a Sagittarius and something else. And I don't remember the other one. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. So we've belabored the point about safety. We had a question from Malak Canvas again. What's your favorite burlesque festival?
Ooh. Oh my gosh, there's so many. There are so many. I don't know. I don't know that I have a super favorite. I just like, I usually do. I think most of the ones I've done them once. And then you don't really get invited back the next time because you were the headliner for that year. So I haven't, they all have their good moments. Like the audiences, especially in Europe, the venues. Like I just did the Bruges Burlesque Festival in Belgium in October. And that theater was like epic. Like it's like old ancient theater. It was so cool. So that's like the fun part about doing festivals in overseas is like the venues are amazing. Same thing with like Canada. Like the venues are great. And here there are some good ones too. Like really big venue, like theaters that people have. I don't know that
Could you rank locations then? By venue, maybe?
Oh, I just had a birthday, so I'm older and my brain doesn't work very well.
That's fair.
In terms of all the ones I've done over the years, 16 years worth of festivals.
Well, maybe like, have you had an experience that you feel like was very impactful?
That's a good question. Have I had an experience that was impactful? Oh my gosh. One in particular. They all like it's so hard. They all have their moments. I just enjoy being a part of a festival and getting to meet new people and how being performing in front of new audiences. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. You have the Bruges Burlesque Festival in Europe. Here in the US, I've done like Sin City, the burlesque. I mean, okay, there we go. Let me backtrack. The one that's probably the most impactful is the one I just won the Queen of Burlesque title at last year in Las Vegas.
Okay, Queen. Okay.
I'm trying to think of like I forget that's a festival. It's a week. At least we say Burlesque Hall of Fame weekender, but it is a festival. It's a burlesque festival, and people from all over the world come into that festival and they compete. And then whoever wins the title, it's called the Mixed Exotic World title. And then because it's like all genders, non-binary, the binary, everything. Whoever wants to compete for that category can compete. It used to be just like Queen and then Burlesque was separate, but now it's combined. So more opportunities for everybody. But anyway, so I won that in June last year for the first time. So that probably has the most impact right now.
Because you won.
But that's one that I have been I've continued to go to. But I also sometimes I forget because it's in Las Vegas, so it feels like it's home because it's 4 hours. It's really close, but I'm like, right, that is like a huge festival. It actually is a festival. It's a whole weekend long fest, like 4 days maybe. Yeah, Wednesday to Sunday in Las Vegas, and everyone is there like at the pool. There's like shows every night. We honor like the legends of burlesque at one night, and so it's pretty massive. It's really great.
Do you feel like you've traveled extensively, like in Europe, you've done Japan. I'm not sure if you've done any other country in Asia, but
yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, but it seems like you have like a pretty good scope of like how burlesque is viewed around the world. Could you compare it to how it's viewed in the US? Are there any like differences or similarities?
Yes, lots of differences. I feel I'm trying to think, where do I start with this conversation? But I definitely think in overseas, Europe at least, and the UK, it's like appreciated. It's seen and held as an art form. And everyone has seen, I say everyone, but I know not everyone actually, but most people have been to a burlesque or cabaret show that has burlesque in it. Like people are aware it exists. And a lot of people seek it out. Like they know that's an option for a night out. Let's go to a burlesque show. Let's go see this burlesque. Let's go to this cabaret in the UK and Europe. But here in the US, it's like still people are very, it's the US. Yeah. People are very puritanical and overly religious about stuff. So they're just like scandalous. They either don't like it or don't know it exists. Like in the US, I feel like there's a lot of people that do, but I feel like I could find more people overseas that know it and go to it more than I could in the US, for sure. I've definitely seen that difference. And I think in terms of style, I really think like a lot of burlesque, at least in the UK, I think in Europe too, is like really theatrical, like theater based. Like they come from that kind of a background, I think, more than we do here. Like here we're like dancers. Most people are like from the strip club stripping and they come into the burlesque world and things like that. So that's like rooted in that. It's also theater too a bit, but I feel like more there, it's very like, because they have these massive theater spaces that they perform in. So I think it's a bit bigger there than it is in the US. And I'm just trying every day to make it as big here as it is in the UK and Europe.
I'm thinking about, as you're talking, Josephine Baker. Because she performed in some of Europe's biggest stages, but didn't get a lot of recognition here in the US until like after she passed away.
Yeah. And there's a lot of like other Black burlesque performers from that like eras too that were US that also went to Europe a bit and Canada to perform, but a lot of people don't know because as America likes to do, like to erase some of our history, act like it didn't happen.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of questions from Deneen. How many years should you stay in the field of burlesque? Who is the oldest person performing in burlesque? Also, who was your mentor or role model? Okay, so let's take it one by one. Who is okay? So first, how many years do you see yourself staying in the field of burlesque?
As long as I can.
Oh,
There's like people out, like I said, that Burlesque Hall of Fame weekender. There's legends of burlesque that get on stage and perform on Friday night, and they're like 80, 90.
I love
Like,
that for them.
yeah, and they're still up there doing their thing. Some of them that are like 70s, pushing 80s ish, are still out there traveling and performing, like in festivals around the world. It's pretty awesome. So as long as I can be on that stage moving, I'm gonna do it. And if I can't be on the stage moving, I'll try to produce shows or do other things that are adjacent. You know, that's my hope. As long as I can. I'm 41, by the way, so I'm still going.
Come on. And the last question, who was your mentor or role model in the burlesque profession?
Ooh, I
You
did
have
not. I guess I didn't have a mentor per se, like to guide me through the whole of my career. But at the beginning, I took classes with Penny Star Jr., who her grandmother, Penny Star Sr., was a burlesque performer, and she's still alive. She's in her 90s, and she goes to Burlesque Hall of Fame every year and is on that stage. And she is hilarious. So she's probably the only one I can think of right now, like out there still doing it. But her granddaughter, Penny Star Jr., who is one who taught me in my first classes that I had, she and Jewel of Denial was another performer at the time. So that's who I took classes with at first, and they kind of like they birthed Jessabelle Thunder essentially. Like I created who my stage name and my first act with their classes. So I always had them to help me start out. But over the years, I've been inspired by like I say a lot is like Coco Electric, who's from Texas actually. She's still performing, I believe, maybe not as much as she used to, but she was always someone that I like watched her perform, and she had a bit of theater. She had a bit of like sexy and sultry. She had silly. She was playful but sexy. Like she has this mixture of like everything in the burlesque world. Like a lot of the times it's like people that do comedy are like, I just do comedy. People are like, I just do sexy. But she like wove all the elements. And I remember seeing her perform for the first time and just being awestruck. And so I definitely could see myself being similar to her now. Like I don't see myself as I'm not a comedian. I'm not a comedian on purpose. I'm funny on accident probably. But like I kind of like to weave in the playfulness with the sexiness into burlesque, you know. So she was the first inspiration for sure. Long answer. Sorry.
No, Christy is asking, how is it working with folks like Dita Von Teese? Have you worked with Dita Von Teese? That's cool. Do you ever get starstruck?
Maybe a little bit. Like I do. I'm not like nonchalant, just like whatever, that's so and so. I will internally like just be like, oh my God, like a little bit. And I want to say it outwardly. I think also because I live in Los Angeles, and sometimes you'll be at a coffee shop and someone walks in and you just have to play it cool because you don't want to like attract attention to them. They might not want it, but also they're at the coffee shop. So but like I just try to let them be whoever they are. And I just kind of just look from afar and just like giggle to myself, or I'll text somebody about it. But yeah, I worked with Dita two times maybe in my career, 2 or 3 times. Yeah, 2 times. And then last summer I got to be on stage doing burlesque with Lizzo. That was really cool.
Wow.
That was pretty epic. Like I didn't see that coming at all. Like that was pretty amazing. Dirty Martini, who's like this amazing icon of burlesque that performs Adita a lot. They reached out to her initially to be on stage with Lizzo for Pride, and then she's not available because she was with Dita on tour. So she like recommended me, which I'm so grateful for. And it was like such a surreal moment to be like, wow, this is what I want from burlesque. I want to take burlesque beyond the shows that I do. I want to take it like into movies and TV and with at concerts with like artists, like, you know. So that was really cool to have that moment. And she was really fun. She was cool. Like we didn't kiki or anything, but like, yeah, we like did rehearsal together and then we were on stage and it was pretty cool and chill. Good experience.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Christy also said, 90s, my God, today I can only hope. Listen.
Yeah.
I think you must need it's so there so much confidence to get on stage. And even, I mean, even just being on stage, but to show your body also, I feel like you need a lot of like bravado to get up there and perform.
I did not have that when I started.
Really? When you started?
When I
So
started, I still don't have it. I'm still learning. I've gotten better.
how do you build that up? Like, how do you get the nerve to go up there?
It's just for me, the first time I did it was like a fight or flight. It was just like, here we go. You step on stage, you either cry and leave or you stay on stage and get through it. And I just pushed through it. And then that just built up it's like a muscle you build up over time. Confidence. Like some people might be born with it and they have it and they can do it, but like I definitely was not that person. Like I carried on with it because I was trying to push myself to build my self-confidence and esteem and things like that. So that's why I kept going with it in the beginning. And I still, to this day, I'm still learning and growing. I still beat myself up about things left and right, but I've gotten better at trying to quiet that voice down a little bit more, but it's always going to be there. Like that voice is telling you can't do it or you shouldn't do it or you should look this way. But if you just like strengthen that muscle and tune it out, it just, it gets better.
That's amazing advice. And so we've talked extensively about just community and how like your other girly burlesque performers have been recommending you for things, have connected you with people. How do you handle jealousy, either from like yourself or have you experienced it from someone else? Because I imagine in a field like this, like you guys are essentially in competition with each other, but it seems like you've been able to build like a really strong foundation of just community and networking.
Yeah, there definitely are people out there in the world of anywhere that are like catty, drama, like jealous. I don't know. I don't know those people overtly. They could be in my life. I have no idea. I was talking to a friend of mine today who's from Japan. She was here in Los Angeles. Nikita, her name's Nikita Bitch Project. She's amazing. She brought me and my friend Tito out to Japan for like a tour, basically a burlesque tour. So super cool. But I was talking to her today about in my life, I don't approach people to be like, you're my friend first. Like I always keep people at a distance until you show me I can trust you a bit. And then I start letting people in. So like, I don't know per se that anyone is like outwardly been like jealous or catty with me that I know about, but I do get like jealous, I guess the word is, of like the opportunities that some people have. But then over time, I've had to learn to like stop and like reflect on what I've gotten myself so far. And then also be like, okay, what is it about them that's gotten them this far? And how can I shift my art to make it better, to get to that level? Or, I kind of like, yeah, I've learned how to pause and reflect and be like, okay, how can I work on myself to get to where they might be? So that's been helpful.
And so what's it been like just being a Black woman in that space? Because I mean, you're bearing it all, right? You're showing your body. And I think oftentimes as Black women, our bodies are often scrutinized for kind of the wrong reasons. So how is it like you're going up there with people who have different body types? You mentioned your friend who's Japanese. Japanese women tend to be smaller. So it's like, do you go up there and you're kind of like, I'm on stage and everybody's so tiny. Do you have those like negative thoughts or
Yes. No one is exempt from those thoughts. If people think there's a world where no one thinks about that, I don't know. I don't know what that world that person lives in who doesn't think about anything like that. Like if someone is out there in the world just like, I'm better than everybody, they're not someone I want to associate
I'm gonna
with.
write that on my mirror tonight. I'm better than everyone.
But like, yeah, I do look at people and I think, God, I wish I could look like that or XYZ. And I do experience moments where I think, am I not getting this opportunity because I'm a Black woman? Like, I feel like that does. I've recently had to acknowledge that is partially it with sometimes. Sometimes I have to just be like, I think that's what it is. Honestly, sometimes I try to explain things away for people, unfortunately. And then I have to just accept that sometimes people are in the world a bit shitty and they will think that way no matter what. You can't stop it from happening. But I've had to like tell myself, the last few days, actually, to be like, stop trying to force yourself into a table that you're not wanted at, and start trying to figure out how to create your own tables to be at, So that's like, this is a recent thing I've had to keep telling myself, because I do experience moments where I'm like, is it because I'm the Black one that I'm not welcome there anymore, or that I'm not wanted in this space, or I can't do this opportunity because of XYZ. So that does happen. I think in Europe, the fun thing, well, I think everywhere in the world, but definitely I see it in Europe too, is like there's not a lot of Black performers that do burlesque in certain places, like Iceland and Poland. Like, so you're not going to get, and I've been to Czech Republic, I've been to Prague a few times. I forgot that one on the list. But yeah, you don't see, like, someone came up to me at a show in Prague, and they were like, someone in the audience was like, I've never seen a Black person do burlesque before. And I was like, wow. Like, part of me was like, I don't know how I feel about that comment. But then I was like, no, I get it. Like, she's being honest, and it's true. Like, no, where would that happen? So I was just like, I love that I get the opportunity to show people what burlesque and beauty standards in general could look like. So I have to remind myself, when I want to like look and, scrutinize my body, it's just like, there's people out there who want to see themselves represented, or see themselves represented in me. So I have to keep pushing through, and that in turn makes me feel better about myself too. The more I keep like being like, no, I'm fine the way I am, and I'm going to shift people's thinking out there in the world somehow, some way. And yeah, that was a lot.
Do you see burlesque as empowering, or do you feel like it's something that people try to push onto it because of like the whole like body positivity thing?
I think it's empowering. I think so. Can it also not be? Yes. Can it be toxic? Probably. But again, you have to, like, when you're in this field, you have to, like, you can't have blinders on. You have to be open to open to everything, and just be mindful of who you're around in the spaces, and talk amongst yourself to figure out who is great to work with, who might not be. And then you kind of create the space around yourself by doing that, hopefully. Can't stop everything from happening, but I feel like I've curated a good burlesque life for myself. I keep trying.
When I saw your stuff online, I was like, oh my God, you go, girl. Like,
Thanks.
She's so cool. Like,
thanks. I try.
Yes. I was like, yes. Like, literally screaming at my phone. I was like, oh my God. Because everybody saw, I've seen a little bit of burlesque, because I'm from New Orleans, right? So we have our own stuff going on. Yeah, and I went to like an arty school, so like some of my college classmates would go to like the local burlesque club and perform sometime. So I know a little teasing bit, but like to see a Black woman perform burlesque, I was like, oh my God, this is iconic. Like, and is she the best to ever do it? I don't know.
Definitely not. Especially when you think about New Orleans, like, there's so many people in New Orleans, the Black performers that are amazing. There was just actually a huge burlesque festival in New Orleans that happened this weekend, actually.
Oh, this weekend
called Teaser Festival. It's huge, massive. I haven't been to it, but I bet if I did, I'd probably be like, that's the one I love the most, because it looks like the most fun.
You should you should go.
I want to one day, but they just crowned the Queen of Burlesque there, for the Queen of Tease, for that festival. Simone Del Mar, who's a Black performer, and Jessabelle, was the first runner-up, and she's Black, from New Orleans and Chicago. And then Raven Rose is from Arkansas, a Black performer, was like the second runner-up. And it's just like, there's so many of us out there. Jeez Louise is in New Orleans killing it. Like, there's so much out there. And I wish more people knew about burlesque, and also knew that like Black people do it, and we do it really well. Sometimes what happens, I've thought about this a lot recently too, is like, I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, or a decent way to say it. But a lot of the times, like, other performers will, I guess what you would say, like, bite our style. Like, you see like other bodies doing movements that Black people would normally do, and they get praised for it. And there was a time when like we were getting scrutinized in the burlesque world for doing twerking things or like things like that. It's kind of shifted a bit now, but I remember the times when it was just like, oh, like this white body will do it, and people are like, oh, she's amazing. And the black performer would do it, and they're just like, I guess that's good. But it's just like there's so much, just so many of us out there, and we're all doing so many different variations of burlesque, and we all are glamorous and beautiful. And I wish more people knew about it.
Amazing.
So thank you for
I
this.
wish more people, hopefully people will watch this and learn something. Yes. So we talked about like you maybe not getting gigs because of your blackness. Do you feel like there have been times where you definitely got like a gig booked for something because of your blackness? Like, oh, they want a black girl?
Oh yeah, I feel like that yes, that's happened. In like I mentioned the other performer before, Jeez Louise had Juke Joint, Jeezy's Juke Joint, which is the all black burlesque extravaganza that she had going on. So like those are moments. And there was also like a Juneteenth Jubilee show that happened a couple years ago in Chicago with some other like male black performers, the bodysuit troupe. So I feel like those moments are definitely like, you're black, you're in the show, get in here. But in terms of like non-black performers wanting to specifically book a black performer, again, I know that probably happens, but no one has actually come to me and said, we're booking you because we need a black performer in this show. I don't know how I'd react if someone said that to me.
But have you ever felt like, oh, maybe this is a little fetishization-y?
Like,
oh, maybe they're
like tokeny.
Yes. Yeah, kind of that. Yeah.
I have felt that, that's for sure. Especially like early on in my career, I did look around and I'm like, oh, I seem to be the only black person getting booked for the show. Interesting. I don't know, just a thought. But again, I'm like naive in that regard. Back in the day, like it didn't cross my mind a lot at the time. And now looking back at some things I did, I don't think anyone did it maliciously, I don't know, or intentionally or to fetishize. I don't think that would happen. But I just don't think people thought to look for more. So, right? Because I think sometimes, not the producers of the show, but maybe the venue owners too, I think sometimes what happens is if there's like more than 2 black people on the show on a flyer, maybe, I'm just saying this hypothetically, I don't know, this could be a real thing, but I think if that happens, people might see it as a black burlesque show. And then their white audiences might not want to come. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's as opposed to like if people see a burlesque show and it's full of white people, no one ever thinks, oh, it must be just for white people. Like no one, like you know what I mean? But if people see more than 2 or 3 black people on a flyer, they assume it's gonna be an all black show, which is weird. It's weird, but that's the way the world, unfortunately, people work sometimes. But, so sometimes you'll get maybe, it kind of almost related to like roller skating rinks, back in the day when they were like, we don't want to have R&B nights because they were worried about a crowd that would come. So I wonder if sometimes that happens with like venue owners and things like that who like host burlesque shows, not the producer per se, but like, I don't know. I just wonder if that happens. Again, I've never overtly heard that, but I think about it sometimes.
What about the audiences? So like in Europe, you mentioned performing in Belgium and Italy. And so like the people always say they love black women in Italy. That's what they say. I don't know. But do you feel like there's been a country where you're like, I'm cute, but they're looking at me because they want me like a piece of meat and not in a good way. Like giving fetish. They want to see my toes, like that kind of vibe.
Oh my God. I have not felt that per se. I feel maybe because my brain turns it into something different because of who I am off stage as a person. Like I'm always trying to like over explain things or overly analyze things. So I think my brain shifts that and goes, oh, they're just really appreciative of burlesque. But it could very much be like they're just fetishizing me. Who knows? But I haven't had that uncomfortable feeling of that. I think I like the fact that like I get to go to these spaces, like I said, and shift people's thinking. I especially love it. Like if my name is on a flyer, not my picture, and people list my accolades, and I come out on stage and people are like, wow, like we'd expect a Black person to be like that, like to come out like, I don't know. It hasn't happened verbally, but sometimes I hear a shift in the audience reaction when I step out on stage for the first time if they weren't aware that I was a Black performer. And it's like, it hasn't been like a gasp or a boo. It's been just like this heightened energy, kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of cool. I kind of enjoy it. And I think I think I'm shifting their thinking about what is beautiful and what is burlesque. So my brain is always like, I'm trying to do this for the bettering of the world.
Do you, well, you mentioned your ex is the one that kind of encouraged you to do burlesque, but do you disclose that you do burlesque like immediately when you go out with someone?
I've had it on and off. I've gone back and forth with it, but I think I'm so done with dating. By the way, just to say that right now, I'm over it. There's no hope.
Oh, really? Because the people say that if you date abroad, it's better. That's what the people say.
I don't know. I hope so. I've tried many a dates abroad. It's been quite an experience over the time. But
have they been bad because of your profession, or have they just been bad? Like,
I think just bad. But yeah, I did this other podcast
agrees with you. Agrees.
that I've given up. But what, like I was saying, like I've kind of landed on, if I were to go on more dates now, I would disclose it. Like I've invited dudes to like a show to come for like the second time we meet, like come to a show, because I forget that some people are uncomfortable with it. And if they're uncomfortable with it, then I don't want you here. So that's kind of part of it. But also I want to see what their reaction is like up front. I want to see, like, show me who you are. And then I can decide straight away if I want to deal with this or not. So I've decided to disclose it. But I've had people tell me like in the past, like, maybe just hold off on it for a bit. And I'm like, that's what I do. It's why I'm constantly out and about doing things, so why hide that from me? If you don't like it, tell me now on the first date so I can not have a second one.
Yeah, I mean, I hate when people are like trying to change you after they find out who you are. They pretend like they're okay. Like, well, actually, can you do that less?
Yes. And I never had anyone tell me to do it less, but I have had someone in the past tell me that they didn't want to seriously date a performer, a burlesque performer, because they've had experiences before. And I was like, okay, but like, they were like, I don't like the way people talk about it in the audience. And if I have to be there in the audience and hear it, it's uncomfortable for me. And I was just like, but like, you can walk away from that person if they're saying something that you don't like. That's just or you say something back. I don't know. Like, right. It doesn't mean that it doesn't, like, yeah. Anyway, I've had experiences in the past, but I choose to just say it up front, because just get it over with. Show me who you are.
Yeah. But do you feel like if you're abroad and you're by yourself, like just walking back home one night from like a show or something, like, do you feel like you get more attention, or has there ever been like a situation where you felt like you were unsafe?
No, I've taken the bus back from shows in London at like 2:00 in the morning and walked back to the house by myself and felt okay. Again, AirPods are out. I'm not leisurely walking through like above the clouds. I'm just like,
you're like, I have somewhere to go.
I have somewhere to go with a purpose.
Right.
I am like gone, and I'm like, I'm ready to run if I have to run. Like, and if I see someone and I feel like they're following me, I'm like, let me cross the street. Like, I'm not oblivious. I try not to be oblivious to things like that, at least when it comes to safety. Sometimes I'm oblivious to racial tension things sometimes, I guess. Like,
that's an easier life. So
I guess oblivious is not the word. I recognize it, but I try to be like, that can't be what it is. Don't let that
be. In Europe though, there's like, there's racial tension, but there's also like class things that come in the way. There's like, especially in a place like UK that's like more diverse, I feel like I get judged more for being American than Black.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
What were you saying? You were asking me about going on dates or coming back late. Yeah, I just like I get on the bus late at night. I get on the trains late at night, and I'm just fully aware of what my surroundings constantly, especially because I know it's a vulnerable spot for me to be in, carrying bags, full
Yeah.
face of like everything. Sometimes if I'm on the bus, I will just like start peeling away the layers.
Well, I asked that question just because like I know about, so like in New Orleans, like in the French Quarter, if you're even like a waitress, right, and you're walking back home, they're gonna assume that you have money, right? Or even if you're a performer, they're gonna assume you have cash on you. So it's like that's the time where someone might try to rob you, or like I don't know. In the UK, they have the Ute. The Ute might come up on you, and the
With the knives.
it's
Yeah.
not it's not funny. It's only funny because we live in a country where there's pum pums.
Yeah.
But it's really not funny. But yeah, okay, off safety. So Deneen asked the question, would you want to teach or have a school for burlesque? It's incredible to do burlesque at any age.
I teach here and there. When I'm abroad, I do teach because that's more income. And sometimes when I do these festivals abroad, they will ask me to teach. But doing it here locally in LA, I've thought about it, but it's a big commitment to teach a series of classes. I'll do like one-offs, especially if I'm trying to test choreography for something. I
Mm.
might do a pop-up class here, but I'm always open to doing private. If people want to have like a group class in LA and they want to reach out to me, I'm down for like doing a fun group class. I've done like a bachelorette party before, or one-to-one. Like some people have asked me, like, could you do a one-on-one with me, with, like for a thing? And I'm like, sure, I'll do it. But teaching a series of classes, I think it's too much for me.
And if you're interested in Jessabelle's services, okay, her
Yeah.
Instagram and TikTok are going to be in the description of this video. Okay, hit her up, follow her.
Those where you point down.
Well, I didn't put. I'm not prepared, but if I had it, I put it on the screen. Then
And be like, okay, put these here, 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 just in case, wherever you want to put it.
it'll be down here. I'll put it in the comment section.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And what other questions do people have?
So if a young Black girl is watching this and she wants to get into burlesque, she sees your video, she's like, oh my gosh, she's so cool, I want to be just like her. What advice would you have for her?
I mean, I would find where it is in your city and find other Black performers too. I would be like, find the people that are around your area and go see those people perform. Like go see other Black people perform. Not to be like, don't look at me, but just be like, look at more, see what else is out there. What else aesthetically it looks like. Cause I felt like at the beginning of my career, like I felt like I didn't know any other Black performers at the very beginning, didn't think to like research either, unfortunately, but I didn't know. So I thought I had to only do burlesque one type of way, like super classic to very vintage, like pinup 40s, 50s music. That was like in my head. Even when they were like, create an act for your first show, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do Fever. So basic, but fun. I've done it before, but just very like
It was iconic in like 08.
it's yeah. It's people are still doing it, so no shade to people still doing it because people love that song. But I was just like, I was so like tunnel vision, like this is only burlesque. And then the more I got into it, the more I started seeing like other people and their styles and the music they listen to and dance to. And I was like, oh, I can do whatever I want to do. Got it. Cool. Great. It doesn't look just like this one, like Dita Von Teese. Like it doesn't just look like her. It looks like so many other people. So my advice would be like, go to shows locally and then find other Black performers to like support in your area and look at it, and also approach them about teaching classes too. That's important. Yeah. And also just be like, just have fun with it.
Yeah. Monaco is asking, do you have any upcoming performances in Chicago or anywhere? Drop the deets.
Chicago, not yet. I'd like to go back to Chicago. That'd be cool. Not yet. But I'm like, what month is this? Is January? Next month, I'm set to be in Seattle, and then Detroit, and then Ottawa in Canada, and then Australia, Adelaide, London, and then Colorado, Texas. I'll be in Texas, Houston. I don't know where in Texas, but I'll be in Texas in
I'll come
May.
see you.
Yeah, in May.
In May? Okay.
And then I'll also be in another part of Canada in April. I think. Yeah. Lots of travel coming up, but not to
Girl,
Chicago.
you be getting around, girl. And they're not close together. You're like all over the place.
Yes. I don't know how. This will be a first, like every weekend being like, boop, 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 boop.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, how are you structuring it? Like, are you going to have some downtime built in between or some tour time, like where you can just get to like explore a city?
No. Luckily, these are places I've been before, so I don't feel the need. Like again, I feel like I'm constantly circling back to London. Because that's my
sorry. It's a toxic ex for you too. No matter where you are in the world, you keep going back. What did I say?
It's true. But like when I first started going to London, I was like, I have to see everything. I have to be out every night of the week to see all the sights. But now that I've been going back for so long, I just sit in the house some days and do nothing. So like when I go to these cities repeatedly, I don't feel that urge to go sightsee as hard as I once did. Like I might go see a new restaurant or go to a new bar, but like I don't feel this intense like I have to go sightsee everywhere in Detroit. But I've been there before, so I've seen all those, not all, but most of the big things to see, in places. So yeah, no, it'll be a lot of in and out, quick in and outs for these.
Do you have any places where you're like, okay, when I go to this city, I have to get this type of food? Like when I go to London, I have to get Indian food.
Oh yeah, because it's the best.
It's the best.
What do I love? I know people are gonna. Oh well, that's the one people are gonna say. I love halloumi cheese.
Yeah,
I love halloumi, and London made me obsessed with it. And now that I know other places in the world have halloumi cheese, just not America, I always try to seek out somewhere to get halloumi cheese. That's a first go to always.
And you could do whatever you want to it because I love it all the different ways. You can fry it, sear it, whatever. Yeah,
I put I sometimes I make it and just grill it, and then I put honey on it, and just so good. I wish I had some right now.
I'm thinking about it. Are there any like?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where I go to like.
We have Nando's over here.
You do? Really?
We literally just got one in Dallas.
Oh wow!
We have a Nando's.
Wow, they're going international. Good job.
And they have. I always get this bowl and I get halloumi cheese and they have it.
Ooh, I don't know if we have a Nando's here yet, but I'm gonna find out for sure. But when I go to Belgium, I definitely have to have fries and
I thought you were gonna say chocolate.
No.
Like, yeah, I have to have Belgian chocolate.
Belgian fries with the they call it samurai sauce. I don't know why, but it's so good. Like they give you like that bouquet of fries and they put this samurai sauce, which is like mayo mixed with something else and some seasoning.
Okay.
It's the best. That, and they also have like fried cheese. They call it like casse croquette. It's just cheese, like a square cheese that's deep fried, but it's not a cheese like mozzarella. It's kind of soft, almost like brie, but not brie. I don't know. So when I go to
cheese,
I love cheese too. I do love cheese, same. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Switzerland. Duh, I've been to Switzerland a couple times. I'm now thinking about my list. Switzerland has really good fruit. We got a fondue. I had fondue in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
So good. I definitely tried it when I travel to different countries. I tried to try the traditional food if it's vegetarian friendly.
Well, yeah. Okay.
It's kind of hard, but like when I was strictly vegan, even harder. But I kind of gave up. But when I went to Luzerne, Switzerland a couple months ago, and I was what's their traditional food here? And so my friend and I had kind of like a macaroni and cheese, but it had a side of applesauce and onions that you kind of put together. I don't know. I tried it and it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. It was pretty tasty.
I had something similar in Germany, and it wasn't pretty good. It was nasty. So there's that.
Spaghetti
was,
with sauce. They do that.
No, it was like because we were at a bar, and it was like just a compilation of things that should not belong on the same plate together. And one of them was like, I don't even know if it was an applesauce because it wasn't very sweet, but it was some kind of, I may have a picture. Well, I'm hijacking the interview.
I did have, when I went to Iceland, I had rye bread ice cream, and like they are obsessed. Their thing is rye bread, and I don't eat rye bread, but I was like, oh, I'll try it. Go to traditional food place and try it. Very good, very tasty.
I feel like I would try.
I also had fish soup, so good. I still think about that fish soup. I would go back for that fish soup, actually. Very good.
Do you have oh, hi, Lisa. Hey, girl, hey. She never catches my lives. Oh. Welcome. And also welcome Man Cave TV and KG. Hi. Do you have an exercise regimen to prepare for each performance? Because we talk about eating all this cheese and ice cream and whatnot.
I do be eating a lot of cheese and chips. I love chips. Not fried, but like crisp, like actual chips. So delicious. But I need to get back to the gym. But I did have like a good routine for a minute. Like I just try to stay physically active. I broke my ankle in 2021, so I was like out for a while performing, and I was like, I have to get stronger, and I have to also fit back into my costumes. So I started going to the gym with a personal trainer like pretty regularly. I slimmed down quite a bit from what I was, but I've kind of like slacked over time. So I need to get back to the gym. But I was doing lots of squats with a squat machine, lots of like shoulder presses and things like that at the gym. But other than that, if I don't go to the gym, I just try to be active. Like I love to walk, which is why I love going to Europe and UK, because I just love walking. Can't do that in Los Angeles very well, but you know, you can go to hiking, I guess. But yeah, I love to walk, and I also love to roller skate. So if I can just be physically active any way I can, that's what I do.
I feel like there's been a shift to where girls are doing more lifting as opposed to cardio. Because I know like I'm working with a trainer now, and she has me like heavy, like we're going heavy on the weights. Wow. And I'm like, I thought you were going to have me like do 1-2 on a treadmill. She's like, no, girl, no. You have to be able to lift yourself if you need to. I'm like,
yeah.
Right.
I think we just want to be stronger. We just want to, I want some cut, some tone. I used to be ashamed of my thicker thighs, but now I'm like, I love that. Like, I want muscle. I want more muscle in my thighs. I want to be like, oh, like, you know.
Yeah. I like a big juicy calf. Like I want calf to look like you could bite it. Like you could bite it. Like always.
Yes.
Yes. Strength training and lifting makes you tighter and stronger.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And also, if a big scary man comes up to me in the dark, I can like.
As my friend Tito does, he goes,
"Great,
one of these,
windmilling."
Yeah.
Yes. Cinnamon Girl, we actually answered this question at the beginning of the live, and I have one last question for you, Jessabelle. Mm-hmm. What has travel taught you about yourself?
Ooh, that's so deep.
We end on a good note.
I know. It's definitely taught me it's taught me so much. It's taught me a lot about the way other cultures are, like appreciation for the way other people live and how they become who they are. Like that knowledge is I love to learn. So that knowledge is like so meaningful to me to have that like awareness and to learn like that. But also I think personally it's made me like myself a bit more. You know what I mean? Like burlesque and travel. Because I can I have to be with myself. And I've learned to trust myself. I've loved to like spending time with myself, doing things. Like I could spend time in my bedroom all day, any day, just being a gremlin. But like I also I just love being out and seeing things and learning and being by myself doing it. It's like so fun. It's yeah, definitely learn to trust myself for sure, and know that I'll be okay and I can be safe. Like I can manage. I don't have to, and that I can also like be whoever I kind of want to be as well, too. I feel like when that's kind of a big thing. Like when I'm here in LA, born and raised, I just feel like it's psychology of it. You feel like you're fixed to what your personality is and who you are when you're only have lived in one place your whole life. You just like you can be whoever you want to be, but psychologically you feel like you are just stuck in that as that one person. But then when you travel outside of like your city, you just get to really like know yourself more and also know that you can just like be free to be whoever you want to be. Like at home I might be an introvert, but maybe if I go to a different country, I'll try being an extrovert. It's like it's fun and you learn more about yourself and you love to appreciate yourself and love yourself more. And when you have those experiences.
I always come back to this. I have the incomparable Stephanie Perry. If you don't know who she is, look her up on my channel. And she said, travel introduces you to a version of yourself you would have never met at home.
I love that.
It's a word.
I love that. Yeah. I need to write that down.
Jessabelle, thank you so much for being on my channel.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. We talked for a long time.
I know. Which is why we got to wrap it up because I'm tired. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, wherever you are in the world. If you haven't liked the video, like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, okay? Show your girl some love, okay? Drop down in the comment section, what was your favorite part of Jessabelle's story? What additional questions would you like to ask her? Okay, you can hit her up on her social media. It's going to be down in the description of this video, and I'll put it in the comment section as well. Y'all have a good old night, okay? We're going to sleep.
Yes. Sleep.
Sleep.